It would be so much better if it was like My Precious and then he was just chasing a sandwich. One sandwich to rule them all. Because we know better than Peter Jackson. I know, we're laughing about sandwiches.
There's gotta be balance. Yeah. I have to be like I'm like gluten intolerant. Yeah. So sandwiches are just kind of like a sad, like,
corn tortillas!
You hurt me. That's a kind of the story of my life. I love you. You hurt me. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to
No, you're getting me in the mood for this fucking sense.
That's right. Okay, I'm just adjusting my mic. Trying to bring you all down. Just kidding. Not right. So this song is a few true stories. It's a song that we wrote together that's on my last solo album, which is called Thunder Place. Have this new tattoo of which the story must be told about the night I almost overdosed 10 years ago. I woke up in the hospital with skin clammy and cold, with tubes in my urethra, down my throat and up my nose. My friends and the doctors were all shocked I wasn't dead. That's when Katrina looked at me. This is what she said: walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. So I walked to the rebel spot. I walked all over uptown. I walked right side up and I walked upside down. I walked to Chetsamoka with my eyes fixed on the ground. Yeah, walked all over Chetsea Beach and kept the rocks we found. Then I walked back to my parents' house. I walked back to my old bed. Yeah, I walked back and I walked fast past all the voices in my head. I walked with the sweats and I walked with the chills. I walked in New York City and I walked in Bedford Hills. I walked into open mic nights and I walked into the rooms. I walked feeling optimistic and I walked feeling doomed. I walked with some mama's boys and I walked with some punks. I walked dressed up like a rabbit. I walked dressed up like a skunk. I walked with some givers and I walked with some leeches. I walked all by myself and I walked with the moldy peaches. I walked all over the world so I could sing my songs to you, and to your most desperate emails I'd say this is what I do. I walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. But at some point I got so comfortable that I didn't even realize that I'd started to crawl. Then my old friend Tommy died at 37 of a heart attack, and I cracked 'cause people my age are not supposed to die like that. No, 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 no. People my age are not supposed to die like that. He was the old manager of the Sidewalk Cafe. That place was a second home to me. It's where I learned to play, and his personality really helped create a space where a bunch of honest misfits could all gather and feel safe. He was a cynic a supporter. He was crazy, he was queer. He'd either yell out, cut the bullshit, or he'd say, I'm glad you're here. And it was always such an honor to have Ami on my side. That's why it hit me like a Mack truck when I found out that he died. Yeah, it hit me like a Mack truck when I found out that he died. Then enter Alex, 33 years old, so sick with the cancer and trapped inside a body that betrayed his real gender. We all hoped and prayed that he would go into remission long enough, just long enough to complete his transition. He said, Kimya, did you know 11teen's my favorite song? I said, then get your ass on stage right now and you can sing along. That's the very first song I ever wrote all by myself. It's about angels and recovery and friends and hope and health. By the time we finished singing, he was pissed off, he was scared. He said, I lost my home, my lover, my insurance, and my hair. And now I'm about to lose you to my new friend. I looked into those big blue eyes and said, we'll meet again. Yeah, I looked into his sad blue eyes and said, we'll meet again. Then I got the phone call from Melissa. She told me he was dying. By the time I got to his bedside, we were both already flying. We held hands and we sang songs, tried to be strong, floated around while I cursed the skin that he was in for all the ways it had let him down. Yeah, I cursed the skin that he was in for all the ways it had let him down. But at the same time, I was taking my own body for granted. First I lost sight of my feet, then they became unplanted. And I never felt so stupid or so selfish or so sad. Yeah, my body had been good to me and I treated it so bad. Yeah, my body had been good to me and I treated it so bad. Then he said, Mama, I don't want my friends to watch me die. So I kissed his cheek, made him a shirt, and then I said goodbye. And they cremated him in the shirt that I drew of the two of us that said they're flying over you too. Now the silver pink ponies have my homie in their crew. So I tightened up my laces and knew what I had to do. I started walking again. Started walking again. I miss my friends. I started walking again. Started walking again. I miss my friends. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder. Walk like thunder.
Even creatures that have been predisposed to systematically clinging together in the cold know the measure of a pack is not a question of the whole, but the individuals that bottleneck into the fold. On a Mars Black Sabbath, news from the Ministry of Make-Believe would reach a tarmac in Minneapolis. Middle seat, yesterday the cells inside his chest were growing baby teeth. Today a raven radiated vacancy. Wait, 2 years ago, a friend of mine called me to redefine all enemy kind. I'm at the hospital at 24 and no one knew the future. I'm taking everybody knows the future. Antibodies hatching in a hell and back with no room to maneuver. Like disappearing pills into the masticated fuchsia. I asked you how you feeling. You told me like a robot. I gave you a Nintendo. You gave yourself a mohawk. They let us reel you down beneath the leading tower flowcharts. To be around your beats without a beeping sound of Bogart. And speak about whatever people speak about when nobody's acknowledging the obvious disease about to crowbar in. Deep, plain, slow, comatose and baggage. From King of Hearts to carrying for jackals. And never got to sing us all his own swamp song right. Coincidentally, the rebel in me walk like thunder.